set my heart afire.
Welcome back to another video. In this video I'll be doing a tank review on the SKODA T56. This is the new premium Czech heavy tank that has just been added to the game, and you can also purchase this tank within the premium shop. For Australian it's $60. I'm not sure what the conversion rate for around the world, but that's all I know for the Australian. Anyway, this is what this video is about, so stick around. I'll be going through all the statistics of the tank. I'll be doing a bit of a comparison, and then at the end of the video there will be a replay, but no commentary. So for the whole video, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So, first things first, comparison. The SKODA T56, I feel like it needs to compare with the Brask. There's a reason why I've compared it with the Brask. I know it's not Czech, but there is a reason. And as most of you would know, it is because of the clip. I also have added two of the same tank of the TVP VTU, the tech tree variant of the Czech heavy tanks. So one has the 105mm gun, and the other one has the 88mm gun. Alright, let's get into it. So as we can see straight off the bat, the SKODA T56 actually has the best DPM out of everything in this comparison, apart from the TVP VTU with the 88mm gun, which has 2145 DPM. Penetration, I've got to say, the premiums with the standard shells, I find quite average. But however, saying that, within this whole comparison, it does have a better penetration to everything that is here. However, with the premium shells though, the premium shells is also AP, like the standard shells are AP with the premium shells are also AP, but they have 248 mils of pen. Damage, it does an average of 460 damage per shot, which I've got to say is bloody ridiculous and quite nice. You catch so many players out just taking a good chunk of their HP out with the having a clip, like a 2-shell clip within the tank. Rate of fire, it fires 4.37, which is worse to everything in this comparison, and an 88mm gun. Sorry, with the TVP VTU with the 88mm gun with the higher rate of fire, obviously smaller gun. As we already so the reload time 23 seconds, 0.97 to reload 2 shells. This is slightly slower than the Brask, but the Brask does not hit for 460, whereas it hits for 360. The TVP, it is slightly quicker, but it does not have a clip size. Clip damage, you can do a potential of 920 damage within the whole clip. Intro clip is 3.5 seconds. This is slightly slower than the Brask with 2 seconds, but honestly I feel that this 3.5 does actually work. It's a 130mm caliber gun. Shell velocity on the standard rounds is 1020, whereas the premium shells, they're also the same with premium shells. Let's change that back. Gun handling. This is where I find it's 50-50 with tank. I don't mind this. Like it may seem bad, but I don't mind it because it's a heavy tank in your front and you're brawling with it basically. So you've got aim time is 2.88 seconds. This is slightly better than the Brask, but obviously it's worse on the TVP. Moving dispersion is 0.40, which is, like I said, not bad. You can easily make that work, and it's exactly the same as the Brask, but the TVP is a little better on that. Gun depression, 8 degrees of gun depression, which is honestly quite nice. It's more than the Brask, and it's more than the TVP. So you can actually easily work those ridge lines. Mobility. Forward speed is 35 k's an hour. Basically half the Brask. But the TVP also does go a little bit faster. Engine power is 650. Oops, reverse speed is 15. Again, is slightly slower than the Brask and the TVP. Power to weight is 13.54. So I find that this tank is a little slow to actually get going. Honestly, I recommend putting a turbo in this tank just to make it help get the speed quicker and also go a little bit faster. Also maintaining the speed while going up hills, that's one of the main things. Without the turbo, I found myself just, chugging up those hills, basically playing a super heavy in that aspect. Okay, so the armor and health. The whole armor is nothing really to talk about. 100 mils, 70 in the front, 70 sides, 70 on the rear. I want to say 70 on the rear is not bad. Better than everything in this comparison, including the TVP. Turret armor, this is where it kind of shines, especially when you're using that lovely 8 degrees of gun depression. It has 220 mils of frontal turret armor, 95 on the side, and 70 on the rear. Again, it's better than everything in this comparison. It has 1500 HP, which is slightly more than the TVP, and also more than the Brask, but the Brask is a medium tank, not a heavy tank. View range. View range base with 100% crew is 370, slightly worse than everything in this comparison. I personally don't have max view range with my current setup, because like I said before, I'm liking to play this tank full on brawling. Honestly, I don't mind the shell cost of the standard shell is 930 credits, which is fine. However, it is slightly more expensive than everything else in this comparison. Right. So that's the statistics of the tank. I'll quickly... Alright, and here we are at the 3D model on Tanks GG. So as you can see, that 120 mil gun, 20 mil of effective armor, I wouldn't say effective armor, it's just having the gun pointing directly at you. See if I can get that. It's almost a guaranteed bounce, and it also has this lovely spaced armor, which is 50 mils of spaced armor, which actually works against heat. The only downside is you actually have to full on worry about the commander's hatch. It is a bit of a shimmer on top, and it is easily to hit. So you want to basically, if you want to side scrape, you can easily side scrape in this vehicle. I do recommend it. You don't have to always be hold down to actually make this gun work. Try and cover this half of the tank, obviously. Then basically the enemy has no weak point to actually shoot, and you can basically farm all day long side scraping, which is one thing I really do love about it. That's not what I want that. So if you are side scraping, I'm still getting used to this. There we go. So if you're side scraping, automatic ricochet off the sides, bounce all day long off the turret. Just pretend you can't see this side. Basically, you would have to go for the upper hull if you can. You've got this tiny little strip down here, and if you're aiming, if you're basically looking at this tank, just aim for the upper hull if you can. There's a good chance it might bounce, but if you load your heat, you can go through it like Swiss cheese. Alright guys, well that is actually my review of this tank. I will be now going to the replay, and I'll see you in the statistics of that replay. So, I'll see you then. And welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed that replay. So in that replay, that was an ace tanker. I got a spotter medal, I got a fire off effect. I made out of that game 198,000 credits and 2,474 experience. I've got the high caliber for that as well. The high caliber, I managed to deal 4,693 damage with a base experience of 1,499. Just under 1,500. Go into detailed report. So I fired 15 shots, 12 hits, 11 penetrated. Nothing wrong with that gun at all. That's what I mean when you're brawling with this thing. It's quite nice. As I said, I've done 4,693 damage. Blocked by armor, just over 1,000 damage, and 2 assistants, I managed to do 2,613 assistant damage. With the premium count, I also made a nifty profit. So as I said before, 198,000, but we take out the tax, we've still got 146,343 credits, which is quite nice. That's what I mean with the shell cost. It's not a bad cost at all. You can still make a lovely profit out of it. So anyway guys, that is my tank review of the SKODA T56. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you liked the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't be shy to leave me a comment as well. I'd like to know on feedback of the video, or any type of questions you have in there, or, anything you want to say in there, as long as it's not, offensive. Alright guys, have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you again on the next video. Cheers, and happy tanking.